I need a fresh start. I've been building in one area of my Minecraft Forever world ever since I started it in February last year. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this area so much. The custom forest, the city of Leaf, these are the best builds I have ever done. But when I started the city, I said that I wanted to build multiple civilizations built around my world. And today is time to finally start a brand new civilization. So welcome back to my Minecraft Forever world. For those of you who have been following my Forever world since the start of the City of Leaf, you guys know that I want all of my civilizations to be built around certain trades. Now, as you might be able to guess, the City of Leaf is built around the foliage trades. That's where all my plant-based and natural sort of blocks are placed and stored. But for this new civilization, we are surrounded by 3 mountains. We're sort of in a bit of a basin here. And I have this very, very tall resin farm, which I built back in January for a build that I have not yet done because the video got scrapped and you guys know how terrible everything has been recently. But I've been thinking, I want this to be a medieval fantasy world, and I want to build another civilization in the mountains with very tall buildings, very more industrial resin and copper based buildings as well. So some of you might be able to see where this is going. We're going to start building a Dwarven Kingdom in this area. Now today we are only going to be building this tower that goes over the resin farm here, purely because this build, I've got it planned out on a creative test world of a copy of this world, a creative copy of this world. It is giant. Like, if you think that the resin farm is tall, it goes a good 30 to 40 blocks higher than the resin farm, I'm going to say. So today, I'm going to have to build the tower, and then because there's going to always be creaking spawning up there at night, I'm going to have to make sure I mob-proof the entire build as well, because I want the creaking to spawn in this glass chamber, so then they're constantly being damaged throughout the night, creating resin. Because as you can see, we've got a good amount being stored here. I'm going to have to make these chests go all the way down to the bottom of this farm for a good storage room further down the tower. But I want to make sure they always spawn in that glass chamber and float down to here. And I do not want them spawning on the building. And I definitely don't want them spawning while I am building. I don't think it'll be a problem, because if one spawns, I'll be able to keep looking at it, but it might get in the way. Might have to turn the world over to peaceful while I build this. But for now, there's a lot of resources I have to go and collect, and I want to get this video done in about a week. So hopefully it won't take too long. So I do have quite a lot of resources ready for this build, and honestly, I don't think it's going to be enough. I am very well prepared to have to go off in the mines and get even more stuff, specifically tough deep slate and probably some more andesite and stone. We'll see how it goes on that side. As you can see, I have laid out the plan. It is only 21 blocks wide, but it's the height that I am scared of. It is, you guys are not prepared for how big this building is. It is absolutely huge. It is very grand. I love the building so much. But now that I'm realizing I have to transfer what I built in creative into survival, I am questioning why I do this to myself, honestly. But let's see how it goes. We're going to start off with the deep slate and just slowly go up layer by layer. So hopefully we can make this pretty manageable. And I'm already out of deep slate. I knew this was going to happen. I knew that I did not have anywhere near enough resources, but I did hope to have a few more than just this. Because this isn't even the first level. This is probably 6 tall here. This is probably halfway up the first level for this building. And if I look through the pictures that I am using to take a picture to build this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels to do. And yeah, might be being a bit of a bigger project than I anticipated. I need to go get a lot more deep slate. So I now have 10 stacks of deep slate bricks. This should be enough to get us to the top of the deep slate section, hopefully. What I'm thinking is we have probably about another 4 levels on top of this for this section. Then we go in by 1, and then it's sort of just a small transition from deep slate to tough bricks. So I'm thinking this should definitely be enough to get us to the point where I'm in the transition, and then from there on out, no more deep slate. It's all just tough and stone. And looking at how much tough I need to get, we might have to go gathering even more of that later on as well. Because right now, this is 640 deep slate on top of what I have already placed, which is probably a couple hundred. So yeah, this project has in the thousands amounts of blocks. But anyway, let's get back to building. I'll probably go from this side this time. And that is the first section completed. That took a grand total of probably about 40 minutes, but that is including having to go to collect more deep slate. And you can already see this is starting to look really imposing. And I love this building so much. The bad news, however, is this section took 40 minutes. Take away the mining part, it probably took 30. I'm going to say so half an hour to do this section. This is the smallest section of the building. As we go up, the sections get a lot taller. But they also do get thinner, so that is a good thing. But I'm probably in for a good few hours of building yet to go. So the next section, we are transitioning onto our main tough brick tower that runs from the deep slate pretty high up, actually. And this is where the design starts to get really fun. Right now, we have the doorway, but all four sides, all the other three sides, are just very blank right now. But from now on, we are starting to bring in the very big grand windows with lots of copper grating, I think they're called. A copper grate. Is that what it's called? Yes, wax copper grates. When this starts to come in with the designs I've got, this is the point where it starts to get really fun and really starts to shine as a really good build. So I'm going to empty out my inventory of the stuff I do no longer need. Fortunately, we did have enough deep slate, plenty of deep slate there. What we do need, however, is to turn all of this tough into tough stone brick. Well, just tough brick, isn't it? Yeah, tough bricks. And hopefully we have enough. And anyway, tough is a really easy block to mine. So if we don't have enough, I'm not too worried. We do also need regular stone as well for the rest of the build, for these outer bits here that stick out. But that should be pretty fine. I've got 3 shulker boxes of stone from an old project. I have now officially run out of tough as well. And looking through the resources and looking at the actual building that I still have to do, I'm going to run out of andesite, cobblestone, and mossy cobblestone very quickly as well. If you think this is tall so far, it's not. It's not tall at all. If we go up to this top of this second section here, that's at Y88. The top of the building is at Y153. So we've got a little while to go yet. And the majority of that is stone. We are now on the section which is going to make this go from a pretty square tower to something extremely tall. One of these, this is 15 blocks tall. We're going to have another one on top of that, so another 15 blocks, so a total of 30 blocks on this one section. And then we go up another section, which is probably like another 30 blocks, and then another section as well. But fortunately, this is going pretty quickly. So for now, I'm going to run off, find a tough patch, mine it all, and hopefully fill up this shulker box with tough. We are starting to, once we've finished this 15 block tool segment, we will be going on to the transition phase to stone. So I think we should be okay when it comes to tough if I just fill up one shulker box. Now this cave doesn't go to a tough level. And I have 2 shulker boxes back at the main base full of stone, so we should be okay on that regard. I just need to probably mine some more andesite as well. I'll probably get a shulker box full of andesite to add on top of this. I need to find a cave that goes the right way that isn't covered in water. This one looks like it will do just fine. Yes, it will. Oh, and there's a mine shaft as well. And is that diamonds or something in water? Okay, so we are stocked up on tough, and I've got a bit more andesite. We'll see how much I can get with that. But honestly, the amount of resources I need for this build is beyond a joke. I did part of the maths. I didn't calculate how many blocks in total, but just for the central bit of the tower, just leaving out all the windows and the details I'm putting in, I need at least 7,200 blocks. And that is a rough estimate. It's probably looking at over 8,000 on its way to 9,000 in total for this build, which I've never calculated how many blocks I need for a build before, but it's definitely the biggest build of the Forever World, that's obvious, but it might be up there on one of the biggest builds I've ever done, looking at the level of EDF headquarters from my old Emerald County series and something like that. That's how big this thing is, and this is just one tower in an entire kingdom of very tall builds in this style. I was originally planning of building another one of these towers about 30 blocks this way to build a massive gatehouse, and that is still a possibility, but it's definitely not a possibility right now because I honestly just can't be bothered building one of these right now. It's already taken me, so far I'm probably on about hour 5, and I'm not even halfway through. But speaking of being on hour 5, that just means that I have got to get a move on to be able to get this thing completed. Hopefully by, not by tomorrow anymore, that doesn't seem necessary. Hopefully by Wednesday. I'm currently recording on Bank Holiday Monday. So 2 more days maybe. It should be cooling down soon, so I should be able to get a lot more recording in rather than just a few hours a day, so I should hopefully get through with that. But this is a big build and I really need to lock in on getting it done. I've hit a bit of a problem that honestly I don't know why I didn't think of checking before I started building. The farm doesn't fit inside the building. I had so long. I designed this building a week before I started recording. I had a week to check this and I didn't. what am I supposed to do now? The options are either move the farm a few blocks that way, which I could do, but is pretty complicated because I do not know redstone, and I've built this back in January. I have no idea what tutorial I used to build this thing. The other option is to move the building that way, which I hope you guys understand I am not doing, because just look how big this thing is. I'm not tearing it down and moving it 4 blocks the other direction. Or I could just deactivate the farm, which sort of takes away the whole point of this building. But I could do temporarily until I move the farm over. Because the reason this has to go out so far, as you can probably see, is the water has to go that far to the point that it doesn't continue flowing into the actual farm. So when the creaking spawns in the water, it flows down into the kill chamber. Problem is, that goes out further than the actual building does. Honestly, still don't know why I didn't check this before building. But right now it looks like I'm going to can it go straight through the window as well, which isn't great, because that means I also can't hide it behind a wall. I honestly don't know what to do about this. I think, for now, is it worth it to move the entire farm? How complicated is the farm on the other side? It's not too complicated. I could probably get it done pretty easily. Problem is, how far I'd have to move it 4 blocks that way, which there should be enough room between that and this main window here. So I should just be able to move the farm across a few blocks and then continue building with this, because I am so close to finishing. From here we have one more level. I am so close to finishing this build. I am not tearing it all down to start again, because that'll just be ridiculous. So yeah, I'm gonna have to move the farm. After many hours of building, gathering resources, designing, and moving entire redstone farms, it is finally complete. And I don't think you guys are ready to see this. Like, I know I say this after every single build that I do, but this is genuinely the best build I've ever done. I love it so much. And I know it's very simple in its design, but I think that's one of the things that make it so good. So are you guys ready? Here it is. It is absolutely insane. Look how it's absolutely huge to start off with. Over 110 blocks, I believe now, or well over 100 blocks. And it is just absolutely massive. I love this so much. It took so long to build, and you can see I've got all the buttons around here to make sure the creaking spawn where they are supposed to inside the farm, and the space is just about perfect for the farm. Obviously, I have not done the inside yet, but with all the windows, I don't know if I want to do the inside, to be honest. I want to do something down here because this is going to be where the storage is. I'm going to expand the storage for the resin farm to come all the way down here. But apart from that, this bit up here, I want to leave it as it is, sort of leave it as like an exposed sort of clock tower sort of thing. But if we fly up to the farm, it is going to get quite loud. I'm sorry about that. But as you can see, it literally just about fits inside the building. I got so lucky with this. But honestly, I don't know why I didn't think of checking this before I designed it. Because what you guys don't know, I don't know if I said this, I only designed this wall in a creative test world because my whole idea the whole time was it was going to be the duplicate on every single wall. That's how towers work. So I only designed one side and completely forgot to check whether at the top it would fit. Because obviously at the bottom it would. But as we got higher and higher up, the building goes in on itself. And I forgot to factor that in. But fortunately, it did fit. And now the Dwarven Kingdom has probably got one of its tallest buildings already completed. What a way to start a brand new civilization in my world. But apart from that, guys, if you did enjoy this video, then make sure to like it and leave a comment down below for any ideas that you want to see in this Dwarven Kingdom, any farms, anything you want to add to sort of the economy of this civilization. Obviously, right now it's built around the resin trade, but I do want to add some more things. So leave your ideas down below for what else could fit a Dwarven civilization. And of course, if you're excited to see the rest of this Dwarven Kingdom grow, or the rest of my Minecraft Forever world, then as always, make sure to subscribe. I know the last video was 40 days ago by the time this one comes out. I promise you the next one will not take 40 days. As I said on a community post a few weeks ago, I've had some things going on preventing me from being able to speak properly. But anyway, I have been Emerald Lord, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.